Well, good evening. You've now reached the interview portion of the show. I'm your host, DJ Free Topic, and today I'll be interviewing two of Alcorn State University's finest. First, I have Kanisha Banks, who was a freshman biology major, and next I have Drake Sanders, who was a junior music major. How y'all doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm living. How you doing, Mal?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, you know I'm living like always, man. So I gave both of y'all the same list of questions, but I want both of y'all to answer personally. So the first question is, and I don't want both of y'all to hop at the mic first. The question is, in your opinion, what is a woman?
Well, in my opinion, a woman's strength and foundation. Being that God created woman with the ability to carry another life within their own speaks for itself. Women keep the world growing.
She said keep it growing. Drake, what's your answer?
My answer would honestly have to be a woman is someone who's strong. I really see women as someone who can just about do everything. You know, I know that she came from the real, but also too, this is the same person who does bear life. So with that being said, they carry a heavy toll.
Well, since you said that, I like the fact that you said a woman can do anything. Because the next question is, I want you to answer it first. It says, what all roles do women play in society?
It depends on exactly what exactly would be her role as far as what she would like to do. I would have to say a breadwinner for one, someone who does feed the family in most cases, someone who works hard. Pretty much women take all roles because as you look at it, I mean, for instance, the San Antonio Spurs, one of their assistant coaches is a woman.
Okay.
So that shows that women can do a lot.
Okay, Ms. Banks, same question for you.
Well, like he said, I feel women do play all roles. Some women are the breadwinners, some are the housewives, which I feel like is worse than going to a job every day. And there is no one role for women. They can do everything.
All right, well, Ms. Banks, this question is exactly just for you. And it is it possible to say that our society wouldn't be able to function without women?
Yes, that is. Reason being, men would only be egotistical beings, unable to humble themselves under any other authority. The influential women in a man's life teach patience, tranquility, and all the soft parts he needs to actually be a man instead of just a person.
So we need the tenderness from women in order to be real men. I can get with that. I can dig that, man. This question is for Drake Sanders. It is, if women are so important to society, why are they so underappreciated?
I believe they're underappreciated for many reasons, but one would be the fact that when you look at it, there are more women in the world than men. So we treat them as though if it's not one, it's another. You never really get a chance to actually have that one person. For instance, you know, people only say, well, you only get one mother or you only get one this or one that when it comes to a woman. And that's totally true. So, and if you watch, people treat their mothers a lot differently. You know, they treat them a lot differently from, per se, your girlfriend, not in the way of anything intimate or anything like that, but just as love, period, because with a mother, you only get one. That's all you get. If you have a girlfriend or whatever, it may not work out, you get another one. So it's a thing of knowing that you have more than one or a certain powerful thing. I believe it all boils down to honestly power and feeling as though you can do anything or you don't really need this certain thing.
Okay, this question is going back to Ms. Banks, but I want both of you all to answer it. It says, in reference to some women, why should we respect them if they don't respect themselves? Now, don't answer this question so quickly, because what I'm saying is, you know, some women run around and they say, well, I'm a bad bee, like Lupe said, and you have those women who dress as if they just left the club, but you still want me to treat you as if you are still Miss Maya Angelou. If you don't respect yourself, then why should I respect you? Now, one of y'all can jump at the mic, whichever one of y'all. Don't take your time.
I believe because they deserve it, simply because sometimes it takes a woman to understand respect. And once the person respects themselves, they understand the fact that you have to learn how to respect in order to receive it.
Mr. Sanders, what you had to say about that?
I would have to say, as we grow up, everybody has their own morals. But when it comes down to it, morals are things that you live by. And regardless of however or whatever is going on, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You know, pretty much somebody could do anything to themselves. They could hinder themselves in whatever way they choose to. But morals are morals, and I believe that for me as a person, regardless of however someone is, what's right is right, and I'm going to treat them fair with respect, regardless of whether I take it back or I receive it, because that's just how I was brought up.
And I know I gave y'all a blueprint of questions, but you know, I'm gonna be a patriot and take the air out the bars right now. And I'm gonna just throw y'all a wild card. Where does respect start with women? Where do you start respecting yourself as a woman, Miss Banks? And Mr. Sanders, where do you start respecting women as a man? It's always time. You can just jump at the mic when you're ready. I know it's like double dutch. I mean, y'all just anxious, right? Y'all anxious. I need y'all to go ahead and just do something. Both of y'all just like, dang, man, you just threw it out there. Dang, man, you know, I answer it for myself, then. I feel, y'all gonna let me answer it, because I wasn't supposed to answer this for y'all.
Yeah, you take this one, you take this one.
See, I'm not even gonna do it, man. I'm gonna go to the next question. Y'all ain't real fans. Y'all ain't real people. Y'all just, man, y'all study for the test. Okay, so question is, when you see women devaluing themselves and using their body more than they use their brain, what comes to mind?
I see a broken woman that has probably been through a lot in life and feels like she doesn't need to use her head anymore, because using her head probably got her in a bad situation, and she feels, you know, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So that takes time.
Well, Mr. Sanders, man to man, this is a real man question, and any man can ask themselves this. Why do we appreciate our mothers and our sisters, our daughters, our cousins, our nieces? Why do we appreciate them more than any woman we see on the street?
We appreciate them more for one reason. I would have to say, honestly, it's blood, honestly. Just a thing of heredity, knowing that this person is closer to you than the person that you see on the street. And it's sad and it's crazy, because in all actuality, the person that's on the street could possibly be your blood, you know. In the other sense too, you can think about it from Adam and Eve, man. If we all came from two people, that would make us all family and blood. So I believe that we underappreciate them and we treat them differently only because they aren't as close to us, or we feel as though, hey man, it doesn't matter, I might not see this person again, or whatever the case may be. Now when you think about it from the woman's standpoint, as your mom, you sit there and you say, well, I might not see my mom again, and it's a different thing. But this is someone that you're around most of the time. This is someone who is your blood. So I believe it comes from knowing that this person is a part of you.
Ms. Banks, this question is for you because, you know, last week's show was about appearance, and I want to know, can you define a woman by how she dresses, by how she carries herself? Can I just call her?
You cannot. You can define a woman by how she carries others, how she cares for people. And being that I dress well, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a good person. You can't say I respect myself. You can just say I can dress. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel.
Well, this is a similar question. I'm just gonna ask you, Mr. Sanders. Do you define women by how they carry themselves?
I do, and I do not.
Straddling the fence, right?
Yeah, I would have to, and I say that because, on one hand, and I'll actually, you know what? To be honest, you judge off of the character. You judge by how they carry themselves. But at the same time, the real thing about it is you never know how a person actually carries themselves due to the fact that they can only put on and show you what they want to show you. So, in some ways, you have to go off of what they show. So yeah, I would have to say that you judge them off of how they carry themselves.
Okay, this question is for both of you, and again, don't both of y'all jump at the mic at once. But who is the most influential woman in your life and why? I can say for me personally, the most influential woman in my life was my grandmother. And my grandmother, because she taught me a lot about life, period. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and she played and she sung, and she was just like, man, you could be as good, if not better. So who was the most influential woman for one of y'all? I'm gonna disappoint one of y'all. Miss Banks, who is it?
Well, I'm kind of straddling the fence because I don't have one influential person. I would say my mom, my grandmother, which passed, and my pastor, because both of them, well, all of them have taught me something about life that has really changed my life. So, yeah, those three.
Mr. Sanders?
I would have to say, honestly, I would have to go with three people: my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother. I grew up with each and every one of them. We all live in the same house, and one thing about it is they all have sacrificed something for me in order to get me where I am now. And I'm humbled by it, and I'm gracious, and I'm thankful. So I would have to say that, honestly, I have to give each and every one of them their props, man. I'm really appreciative.
Last but not least, this question is for Ms. Banks alone, because the same way it takes a man to raise a man, it takes a woman to teach a woman how to be a woman. What would you do to influence a younger woman how to be great?
Well, the best thing I can do is try to live like I feel God would want me to live and that's acceptable in His eye. And I feel that I should try to make as few mistakes as I could possibly can. And by doing that, I would hope people behind me would follow. And that's what I feel.
Well, that's a good answer, man. I like to thank both of you all for coming in.
Oh, damn, man, I appreciate it.
And this next song is just for women, period, because women are our queens and we should treat them as such. And just like the sun, they shine because they're golden. And because of that, this is going to be Jill Scott, Golden. Stay tuned with your favorite DJ, DJ Free Topic.